The Miami Heat won Game 5 of the NBA Finals. They beat the Lakers 111 to 108. The Lakers now lead the series 3 games to 2. So Miami needs to win 2 more games to win the series. The Lakers just need to win 1 more elimination game. They win the NBA Finals. And a lot of people are talking right now about the fact that at the end of Game 5, LeBron James passed the ball at the end of the game. And that gave Danny Green a wide-open three-pointer that he missed with 6 seconds left. And that's a pass that I want LeBron James making, actually. In that situation, when you're up 3 games to 1, and Danny Green is literally wide open, that's a pass I want LeBron James to make. And if you go watch the tape, there are 5, all 5 of the Miami Heat defenders are around LeBron James on the baseline. Danny Green is 15, over what it was like 30 feet away at the top of the key. Nobody around him, at top of the three-point line, nobody within 15 feet of him, wide open for a three-pointer. He makes that, they win the finals. Like LeBron James, that's a good look. You got to make that pass. Danny Green's got to make that shot. You're wide open, dude. You make that shot 9 out of 10 times you're an NBA player, alone in a gym. That's a shot you have to make. And by the way, LeBron James put up 40 points and a double-double. Like, what else do you want from him? He made the right play, scored a ton of points. He's doing great at the end of the game. I don't know why people are being critical of LeBron James. It just makes no sense to me. Now, here is the story I do not want people to forget from the NBA Finals Game 5. No matter what happens in this series, and I think personally, I believe the Lakers are going to go on to win this series. They got 2 games left to do it. I don't see the Miami Heat being able to beat the Lakers 2 games twice in a row in the next couple days. But we cannot forget what Jimmy Butler did in Game 5 of the 2020 NBA Finals. Do not forget what happened in Game 5. Because Jimmy Butler showed the world why, and this is not what I mean, but I love Jimmy Butler, and the reasons why I love Jimmy Butler were on big display in Game 5 on Friday night. And let me tell you, I would never, ever get in a fight with Jimmy Butler, and I would not recommend anybody else to get into a fight with Jimmy Butler and not just because he's a big human being and would knock the crap out of me. He's tenacious. He is so incredibly tenacious. He's like Rocky Balboa. His effort is hard to even quantify and put into words. I am so inspired when I watch Jimmy Butler play basketball. It is so cool to see. You may or may not remember, he went to the Philadelphia 76ers for a little while, and it didn't work. The other stars, Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, they did not like Jimmy Butler. They didn't get along very well. And that's because he's a grinder. Jimmy Butler is a guy who, he demands a lot from his teammates. He's kind of a workaholic. And the 76ers players were just too soft. Jimmy Butler, or what am I saying? Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, they did not want to grind. Those guys are rich. They're happy. They just want to play basketball. Now, Jimmy Butler doesn't want to just play basketball. He wants to win a championship. He is going after it. And that's why, Jimmy Butler is in the finals, and those guys are at home on their couch watching the NBA Finals. Jimmy Butler will do the work that nobody else is willing to do. He will work like others won't. I love that. I watch Jimmy Butler, not just in the offseason, not just what he does, but the way he plays basketball. He's a great player. He's not the best in the NBA, but he's got elite effort. And that is so hard to not root for. I love that. It's so much fun to watch. And the Miami Heat, they feed off him. Guys like Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, they respect him. They listen to him. They look up to him. Duncan Robinson is an undrafted player in the NBA. He is starting in the NBA Finals partly because I think he's bought into the culture Jimmy Butler is building there, along with Eric Spoelstra, the head coach. And they have people who are willing to work. Kendrick Nunn had 14 points off the bench. He had a great three-pointer that I loved in somebody's face. He's got rebounds. He's diving for the ball. He's doing stuff. I love watching people like Kendrick Nunn come off the bench and just give effort like crazy. Jimmy Butler has set the tone for this team, and it's awesome. He's grabbing rebounds. He got a rebound over LeBron James. The height difference is crazy. Jimmy Butler goes up and grabs that ball. He had a three-pointer in Anthony Davis's face. In Game 5, for context, Jimmy Butler played 47 minutes in a 48-minute game. What? The dude was walking off after his interview, walking away, like hobbling and limping because he's so sore and tight from playing 47 minutes in a row of basketball. He had 35 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists. Jimmy Butler is leading his team, doing everything he possibly can. He keeps fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting, and I love it. By the way, one of Miami's best players, Gordon Dragic, is out with an injury. That's their point guard. The Lakers had a 15-3 run late in the fourth quarter. The Lakers were up, by the way, in the fourth quarter. Jimmy Butler won that game with the help of his teammates. I'm not trying to discount anybody around him, but Jimmy Butler will fight and fight and fight no matter what you throw at him. And the people around him feed off that. They feed off that energy, and they bring their best as well. And the resilience and the determination from Jimmy Butler, it's incredible. I love it. I love watching it. He may lose the series, but I don't want people to forget what he did, especially in Game 5. His work ethic is incredible. He works like others simply will not. And his elite effort is why Jimmy Butler is here in this position. And I just think it deserves a little bit of recognition, a little bit of respect. I love seeing it, man. I really, really enjoy watching Jimmy Butler play basketball. And I think it's a shame that if he loses, then people are going to forget what he did and what he brought to the court. And I just think that Jimmy Butler deserves a little bit of respect and a little bit of recognition.